All right, thank you guys. Happy Monday to you. And if you really end up enjoying this video, please feel free to do me a favor and give it a thumbs up by hitting that like button. I would greatly appreciate it. And if you haven't already joined the Brock Page delegation, please feel free to do that right now by tapping that subscribe button below. Now, guys, we got ourselves a pretty good slate of college basketball action here on a Monday. Of course, our first game is not on the big screen behind me. Who's typing up these scripts, by the way? But anyway, the Stanford Cardinal takes on Oregon State, 3 p.m. Eastern tip-off on the West Coast. Stanford's the 6.5-point favorite away from home. Total's 136 flat. And if you like the Oregon State Beavers in an upset at home, they're plus 240 to win this one outright. We're perfect 4-0 in our last four daily best plays on patreon.com/BrockPage. And access to today's daily best play costs just $1.99. We're also 5-1 with a push in our last 7 Underdog tier package picks on that site as well. And if you want to access today's Underdog tier play, that's only going to cost you just $4.99. Now, we currently have a community of over 700 handicappers who are signed up and active on that Patreon page. And if you want to join those folks and get in on the action, a link for that site is in the description section below. And once again, that's patreon.com/BrockPage. Now, Stanford's coming fresh off a 17-point loss to the Oregon Ducks. Just 56 total points they scored in that contest. The Cardinal has also failed to cover the number in 3 out of their last 4 ball games, shooting just 30% from beyond the arc this season. Now, they're taking on an Oregon State squad who's won 5 of 7 at home this season, 80 points a night on their home court, nearly 40% shooting the 3 ball in that same category. Ethan Thompson's making over 44% of his 3-pointers, 17 points a game and 4 assists a night for the senior. Meanwhile, Jared Lucas is also scoring over 11 points a game himself, along with a couple of rebounds. Lucas is also making 94% of his free throws. Now, Oregon State's giving up just 64 points per contest, and they're holding their opponents to just 29% shooting from downtown. Now, total-wise, the Beavers saw 3 out of their last 5 ball games get over the posted number. Meanwhile, 2 out of Stanford's last 3 got over the number themselves, throwing out the Oregon game. Give me the underdog Oregon State Beavers plus 6.5 and the over 136 in that game. Before we go ahead and move on, just want to take another quick time out and welcome you to the video. Got some lines and personal leans out for college basketball here on Monday. Happy Monday to you. Hopefully you guys had a great extended weekend, and we're definitely looking to get the week started off right here on a Monday. Now, before we go ahead and dive into some more free content right here on YouTube, I just have to quickly remind you once again that we are 4-0 in our last 4 daily best plays on patreon.com/BrockPage. And if you want to unlock today's daily best play, it's only going to cost you just $1.99. We're also 5-1 with a push in our last 7 Underdog tier package plays on that site as well. And you can actually unlock today's Underdog tier package play for just $4.99. And just remember, guys, when you sign up for a membership on Patreon, you instantly get access to all the lesser expensive memberships that are on that site absolutely free. And no, you did not mishear me. I'll repeat it one more time. When you sign up for one of my memberships on Patreon, you instantly get access to all the lesser expensive tiers absolutely free. The cheaper memberships are included with your purchase. Now, for those who are kind of wondering what the difference is between my free picks here on YouTube and what I do on my Patreon site, it's certainly a good thought, a good concern. If I were you watching me right now, I'd probably be thinking the same thing, like, dude, what's the difference? Just real quick, guys, what I do on Patreon is I make life a lot easier for you as I break down the daily card and focus in on just 3 to 4 premium selections per day. They're my personal plays that I'm sharing with you, games that I personally have action on. And I'll tell you this much, I'm having a lot more success betting on games that way in smaller sample sizes versus wagering on every single game that's on the slate, side and total, like I do with my free leans here on YouTube. It's certainly not a winning formula for success betting every single game on the slate. And as a matter of fact, it's a recipe for disaster. Now, guys, really quick, we currently have a community of over 700 handicappers who are signed up and active on that site, just like you. They're just like you. They love betting sports. They love the numbers. They love making money. And if you want to join those folks and get in on the action, link for that website is in the description section below. And once again, that's patreon.com/BrockPage. And moving on, we had that game queued up. Next matchup, it is going to be Southern Illinois versus Drake, 7 p.m. Eastern tip-off. Now, unfortunately, this game's currently off the board with regard to the betting numbers, but Drake's 12-0 straight up on the season, 10-0 against the spread in their last 10 qualifying ball games. The Bulldogs are scoring 85 points a game and shooting nearly 54% from the field. Shanquan Hemphill is scoring over 14 points a game, 5 boards and a couple of steals a night for the forward. Meanwhile, Roman Penn's also scoring over a dozen a game himself, along with 6 assists. Drake is drilling 42% of their three-pointers this season, and they're holding their opponents to just 38% shooting from the field. Now they're taking on a Southern Illinois squad who's on a 2-game losing streak themselves. 18-point loss to Drake just yesterday during that stretch. Now the Salukis have also failed to cover the point spread in their last 3 straight. I like the Bulldogs in this matchup here. Once again, no line posted for this game as of yet. But with all that said and done, I'm going to go ahead and lean toward Drake winning this one outright for some money line cash. Now, next contest I have for you, unfortunately, it's another game that is not on our big screen behind me, but it is going to be Hampton versus Radford, 7 p.m. Eastern tip-off at the Dedman Center. Radford's -6, totals 134.5. Radford's lost 2 out of their last 3 ball games, just 2-3 against the spread, facing teams under 500. Now they're taking on a Hampton squad who's 4-3 against the number as the official road dog. Davian Warren is scoring 20 points a game for the Pirates, 6 boards and 3 assists for the senior from Buffalo. Warren's also recorded 21 total steals on the season defensively. Meanwhile, sophomore guard Chris Shelton is also scoring over a dozen a game, a couple of boards and 47% shooting from three-land. Hampton is 4-2 to the over when they travel. Radford saw 5 out of their last 7 stay under the line themselves, throwing out their most recent outing. I'm going to go ahead and lean toward another underdog in this one. Give me the Hampton Pirates +6 and the under 134.5. All right, next contest I have for you, it is going to be Maryland versus Indiana, and that's going to be an 8 p.m. Eastern start time at Assembly Hall. Indiana's -4.5 with the total at 137 and a hook. And if you like the Maryland Terrapins in an upset on the road, they're +175 to win this one outright. Now, Maryland's lost 2 of 3 when traveling this season, 2-4 against the spread in their last 6 ball games at any location. The Terps have also lost 5 out of their last 7 conference games. Maryland scoring just 63 points a game away from home this season. They're taking on an Indiana squad who's scoring 75 points a night on their home court, and they're shooting 49% from the field in that same category. Trace Jackson Davis is scoring over 20 points a game this season, 8 boards and a couple of blocks a game for the 6'9 sophomore. Meanwhile, Armin Franklin is also scoring 14 points a game himself, 5 rebounds and a couple of steals a night for the guard. Now, total-wise, Maryland's last 4 straight contests all got over the number. They were also 70% to the over for the entire season. Meanwhile, the Hoosiers on the other side of things, they saw 3 out of their last 4 home games get over the line themselves. I'm going to lean toward the Indiana Hoosiers, -4.5, and the over 137 and a hook. All right, next contest I have for you, it is going to be in the Big 12. I'm talking about West Virginia versus Oklahoma State, 9 p.m. Eastern tip. The West Virginia Mountaineers are -1 on the road, totals 143 flat. And if you like the Cowboys of Oklahoma State in the slightest of upsets, they're +105 for some moneyline cash. Now the Cowboys are 7-2 straight up on the season, 3-1 straight up on their home court. The Cowboys are scoring 82 points a game in their home arena, and they're holding their opponents to just 40% shooting from the field at any location. Cade Cunningham is scoring over 18 points a game, 6 rebounds and 4 assists a night for the freshman. Meanwhile, junior Isaac Likely is also scoring 11 a game along with 8 boards and 4 assists. Now they're taking on a West Virginia squad who is a solid ball club, don't get me wrong, but they're 0-3 against the number as the official road team. The Mountaineers are also giving up 75 points per contest as the road team and shooting just 39% from the field in that same category. Now, total-wise, 2 out of West Virginia's last 3 ball games got over the line, 3-0 to the over as the road team. Meanwhile, Oklahoma State is 4-0 to the over on their home court themselves. I'm going to go ahead and lean toward the Oklahoma State Cowboys +1 and the over 143. All right, next matchup. It is going to be in the Mountain West. I'm talking about Colorado State versus San Diego State, and that's going to be a 9 p.m. Eastern start time. The San Diego State Aztecs are -8 at home, totals 135.5. And if you like the Colorado State Rams in an upset here, they're +350 to win that one outright. And speaking of upsets, the Rams beat San Diego State just a couple of nights ago. They held the Aztecs to just 67 points in that victory. The Rams were actually the 9-point dog in that one. Kind of caught them with their pants down. Colorado State is 6-1 straight up overall for the season and 4-1 against the spread in their last 5 qualifying ball games. The Rams are giving up just 59 points a night and holding their opponents to just 37% shooting from the field. David Roddy scoring 16 points a game for the Rams, 10 boards and 3 assists for the sophomore. Meanwhile, Isaiah Stevens is also scoring 14 points a game himself, 4 rebounds and 6 assists for the 6-foot sophomore. Stevens is also making a staggering 96% of his free throws. Now they're taking on a San Diego State team who lost 2 out of their last 3, and that includes a double-digit loss to BYU during that span. They scored just 62 total points in that loss. Now, the Aztecs are shooting just 42% from the field at home this season. And when it comes to the total in this one, San Diego State saw 2 out of their last 4 contests stay under the posted number, throwing out their most recent contest with Colorado State, of course. And speaking of the Rams, Colorado State on the other side saw 3 out of their last 5 qualifying contests stay under the line themselves. I'm going to lean toward yet another underdog in this one. Give me the Colorado State Rams +8 and the under 135.5 in that game. And with that, guys, we're going to dive into our next and final matchup for the show. And unfortunately, it is not on the big screen behind me, but it is going to be Wyoming versus Fresno State. And that's going to be a 9 p.m. Eastern tip-off at the Save Mart Center. Now, Fresno State's -2.5 at home, totals 144, juice to the under. And if you like Wyoming to win it, they're +$1.25 on the money line. Now, Wyo's on a 6-game winning streak, 3-0 straight up on the road this season. The Cowboys are scoring 85 points a game, and they're connecting on 44% of their three-pointers on the road. Marcus Williams is scoring over 17 points a game, 3 boards and 4 assists for the freshman. Meanwhile, Hunter Maldonado is also scoring 15 a game himself, 7 rebounds and 7 assists a night for the 6'7 junior. And both of the aforementioned players I just spoke about, they have 12 steals defensively on the season as well, respectively. Each of them. They both have 12 steals, respectively. Now, they are taking on a Fresno team who, they lost their last 3 straight, and they've yet to cover a point spread this season. The Bulldogs are also shooting just 26% from three-land. When it comes to the scoring in this one, Fresno's last 2 straight got over the number. Wyoming's 6-1 at the over in their last 7. I'm going to lean toward the Wyoming Cowboys +2.5 and the over 144. And with that, guys, we're going to dive into our quick pick recap, once again brought to you by patreon.com/BrockPage, where we are a perfect 4-0 in our last 4 daily best plays on that website. That daily best play costs just $1.99. And as far as our free plays here on YouTube go, I like Oregon State +6.5 over 136. I also like the Drake Bulldogs winning that one outright for some money line cash. That game is currently off the board. I like the Hampton Pirates +6 under 134.5. I also like the Indiana Hoosiers -4.5 over 137 and a hook. I like Oklahoma State +1 over 143. I also like Colorado State +8 under 135.5. And last but certainly not least, please give this video a thumbs up right now if you enjoyed it. And please hit that subscribe button right now if you haven't done so already. I'd greatly appreciate it. I'm going to lean toward the Wyoming Cowboys +2.5 and the over 144. And with that, guys, we're going to dive into some shout-outs. And from our YouTube platform, shout out to Tyler Thomas, Vernon Williard, Alphon Olilla, Crack Boston, Oren McLaughlin, Sean Nash, Scott Kaler, John Rodriguez, C. Dinger, and last but certainly not least, got to give a shout out to Baby Yoda Predictions. Baby Yoda Prediction. I think that by the sound of that name, we might be in the same business, but don't be trying to steal my business. Put me out, okay? Don't do that. But anyway, Baby Yoda Predictions. All right, guys, that's going to do it for me. Don't forget to check me out on Patreon. If you guys end up deciding to get a package here today, just keep in mind we'll bill you the day you sign up and then the first of every month following that. Also keep in mind if you end up getting a package today, all the cheaper memberships on Patreon are included with your purchase. So for example, if you get the $4.99 package today, all the lesser expensive memberships are included with your purchase today, absolutely free. But most importantly, guys, gotta thank you for joining me right here on YouTube. Really hope you enjoyed all this great free content, all this great free information. And with that said, I don't know what's going in the back. That's my cue to go. With that said, happy Monday to you. Best of luck to you. And I look forward to seeing you later on today on my website. That was the emergency alert system. Must be an Amber alert or something. Maybe just a required test. But anyway, happy Monday to you. Best of luck to you. And I look forward to seeing you later on today on my website at patreon.com/BrockPage.